Here is a long, deep, motivational, and educational story written in very simple English, following all your rules. The Man Who Planted Hope. Hello, friend. Thank you for being here. I want you to take a deep breath. Let your shoulders relax. You are safe here. This is your time. Maybe you are listening to this on your way to work. Maybe you are cooking dinner. Maybe you are sitting alone, feeling a little lost. Wherever you are, I want you to know something. It is okay. It is okay to feel stuck. It is okay to feel like you are not moving fast enough. It is okay to be a beginner. Today, I want to tell you a story. It is a story about a man named Samuel. And it is a story about you. Chapter 1. The Heavy Feeling. Samuel was not a young man. He was 45 years old. He lived in a small, gray apartment in a big, noisy city. Every morning, he woke up to the same sound, his old, beeping alarm clock. He would hit the snooze button. Once, twice, sometimes 3 times. He worked at a job he did not like. He sat at a small desk in a big room with no windows. He looked at papers all day. The numbers on the papers did not matter to him. The people he worked with were not his friends. They were just faces. At night, Samuel would come home. He would buy the same cheap food from the shop on the corner. He would sit on his old sofa, turn on the television, and watch shows he did not really care about. He would fall asleep on the sofa with the light still on. He felt heavy, not in his body, but in his heart. Every day was the same. He felt like he was not moving forward. He felt like life was happening to him, not for him. He wanted to change. He wanted to feel alive again, but he did not know how. The idea of changing felt too big, too hard. Where do you even start? One Sunday evening, he could not sit still. The walls of his apartment felt too close. He put on his old shoes and went for a walk. He walked for a long time, past the busy streets, past the shops, to a part of the city he did not know. He found a small, forgotten park. It was not really a park anymore. It was just a small piece of land behind an old building. The grass was yellow and dry. There was old trash on the ground. There was one old wooden bench. Samuel sat down on the bench. He looked at the dry, empty land. He felt like that land. Empty, dry, forgotten. Then he had a small thought, a tiny whisper in his mind. It said, "What if I cleaned this place? What if I planted something here?" It was a crazy thought. He did not know anything about plants. He was tired. He was just a man from a gray apartment. But the thought stayed in his mind. It felt like hope, and hope felt good. Chapter 2. One Small Step. The next day, after work, Samuel did not go straight home. He went back to the forgotten park. He brought a big, black trash bag and a pair of old gloves. He started to pick up the trash, just one piece at a time. A plastic bottle, an old newspaper, a broken glass. It was not fun. It was hard work. His back hurt. His hands got dirty. A young man walked by with his dog. He looked at Samuel. "What are you doing?" the young man asked. Samuel felt a little shy. "I am cleaning this place," he said quietly. "Why?" the young man asked. "It's not your job." Samuel thought for a moment. "Because I was tired of looking at it," he said. The young man just shrugged and walked away. Samuel worked for 1 hour. Then he went home. The next day he came back. He worked for another hour. Slowly, the trash disappeared. The ground began to look like ground again. A few days later, he went to a small shop and bought a small bag of seeds. They were cheap flower seeds. He did not know what color they were. He did not even know if they would grow. He came back to the little piece of land. He used a stick to make small holes in the dry dirt. He put the seed in each hole. He covered them with earth. He had no water, so the next day he brought an old water bottle from his home. He poured a little water on the ground where the seeds were. For weeks, nothing happened. Every day, Samuel came and looked at the dry dirt. He felt a little silly. Maybe nothing would grow. Maybe this was a waste of time. Then, one morning, he saw it. A tiny dot of green, so small he almost missed it. a little sprout pushing up through the hard ground. His heart jumped. He felt a smile, a real smile, for the first time in a long time. He learned the first lesson that day. A big change does not happen all at once. It happens because of one small step, then another, and another. You just have to start. You just have to do one small thing today. Chapter 3. A friend appears. One Saturday, as Samuel was carefully pulling out weeds, he heard a voice. Hello. He looked up. It was a young boy, maybe 10 years old. He was standing at the edge of the little land, watching. Hello, Samuel said. What are you doing? The boy asked. I'm taking care of these plants, Samuel said. Why? The boy asked. Samuel pointed to a small flower that had just opened. It was a simple yellow flower. Because look how beautiful that is, he said. It makes me happy. The boy came closer. His name was Leo. He lived in a nearby apartment with his mother. He did not have many friends. He was often alone. He started coming every day to help Samuel. They worked together in silence. Samuel did not know how to talk to children. Leo did not know how to talk to old men. But the work was their language. They would dig. They would water. They would watch the flowers grow. Soon, there were more than just yellow flowers. Red ones, blue ones, tall ones, short ones. The little piece of land was changing. It was becoming a garden. One day, Leo's mother came to find him. Her name was Maria. She was a single mother, always working, always tired, always worried about money. She looked tired. Her shoulders were heavy, just like Samuel's used to be. She saw the garden. Her face changed. Her eyes got soft. Did you do this? She asked Samuel. I started it, Samuel said shyly. But Leo helped a lot. He is a good worker. Maria looked at her son, who was proudly showing her a bright red flower. She looked at Samuel. She smiled. It was a tired smile, but it was real. Thank you, she said. Thank you for being kind to my son. That day, Samuel felt something new. He felt connected. He was not just a man in a gray apartment anymore. He was part of something. He learned another lesson. When you start to do good things, you do not walk the path alone. Others will join you. Friends will appear. Chapter 4. The Rain and the Storm. The garden grew. Word spread. A few other people from the neighborhood started to come. An old woman brought some vegetable plants. A young couple brought a small bench. The forgotten land was becoming a little community. But life is not always sunny. One night, a big storm came. The wind was strong. The rain was heavy. Samuel woke up in the middle of the night, worried. He thought about the little flowers. He thought about all their hard work. The next morning, he ran to the garden. His heart sank. It was a mess. Many flowers were broken. Some were lying flat on the ground. Leaves and branches were everywhere. It looked destroyed. Leo came soon after. His eyes were big and sad. It's all gone, he whispered. Samuel stood there, feeling the old heavy feeling come back. He wanted to give up. It felt so unfair. They had worked so hard. For what? He sat on the wet bench. Leo sat next to him. They were quiet for a long time. Then Samuel remembered the first tiny sprout, the one that pushed through the hard, dry ground. He looked at the broken garden again, but this time he looked closer. He saw that some of the stronger plants were still standing. He saw that the ground was wet, but it was not destroyed. He took a deep breath. He turned to Leo. It is not all gone, he said quietly. Look, the earth is still here. The roots are still here. We can fix this. He learned a hard lesson that day. Storms will come. In life there will be problems. There will be failures. Things will break. But that is not the end. You have to look for what is still strong. You have to start again. You have to have patience. Chapter 5. Learning to Speak. They rebuilt the garden. They made it even better. They built a small fence to protect it. They planted more flowers and even some vegetables. One afternoon, an old man named Mr. Chen came to the garden. He sat on the bench and watched them work. Mr. Chen was from another country. He did not speak much English. He looked lonely. Samuel wanted to say hello, but he felt shy. He did not know what to say. His English was simple. He worried he would make a mistake. He remembered how he felt when he started the garden. He felt like a beginner. He decided it was the same. He walked over to Mr. Chen. Hello, Samuel said slowly. My name is Samuel. Mr. Chen's face lit up. Hello, Samuel, he said in slow, careful English. I am Chen. It is nice to meet you, Samuel said. Nice to meet you, Mr. Chen repeated. That was all, just a few words. But it was a start. Every day after that, Samuel would say a few words to Mr. Chen. The weather is nice today. Look at this red flower. Are you okay? His English was not perfect. He made mistakes. Sometimes he used the wrong word. Sometimes his grammar was wrong. But Mr. Chen understood. And Mr. Chen would smile. Samuel learned that it is okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are how you learn. You do not need perfect English to connect with another person. You just need courage. You just need to try. A small hello can be the start of a beautiful friendship. Chapter 6: The Man Who Changed. Years passed. The little forgotten park was now a beautiful community garden. It was full of color and life. There were flowers, vegetables, and fruit trees. There were benches where people would sit and talk. Children played there after school. Samuel was no longer the tired, heavy man from the gray apartment. He was stronger. His face had more color. He walked with his head up. He still worked at his old job, but it did not feel so heavy anymore. He had something to look forward to. He had a purpose. Leo was a teenager now. He helped teach the younger children how to plant seeds. Maria, his mother, had become Samuel's wife. They lived in a small house near the garden. She was less tired now. She had a community to help her. Mr. Chen became one of the best gardeners. He taught everyone how to grow vegetables. His English got much better because he practiced every day, talking to his new friends in the garden. He was not lonely anymore. One evening, Samuel and Leo sat on the old wooden bench, the one that was there on the very first day. Do you remember when this was just dirt and trash? Leo asked. Samuel smiled. Yes, I remember sitting on this very bench, feeling so sad. I felt like my life was over. Leo looked around at the beautiful garden. You changed all of this. Samuel shook his head. No, I did not change it alone. I just picked up one piece of trash. Then you came, then your mother, then Mr. Chen, then everyone else. We changed it together. He looked at Leo. But I did change one thing, Samuel said. I changed myself. I learned that discipline is not about being perfect. It is about showing up even when you don't feel like it. I learned that confidence comes from doing small things and doing them honestly. I learned that time is the most precious thing we have. You have to use it for things that matter. Leo listened quietly. Most of all, Samuel continued, I learned that you have to believe in yourself even when progress is slow, especially when progress is slow. A seed does not become a flower in one day. It takes time. It takes rain. It takes sun. It takes patience. And you have to be patient with yourself, too. Chapter 7: The Seed You Plant Today. The sun was setting. The garden was glowing with warm, golden light. Samuel looked at Leo. You know, Leo, everyone has a piece of forgotten land inside them, a part that feels empty and dry, a part where they think nothing good can grow. Leo nodded. He was getting older. He was starting to understand the heavier feelings of life. But that is not true, Samuel said, his voice soft and calm. You can always plant a new seed. It does not have to be a big seed. It can be a tiny one. It can be a decision to wake up 10 minutes earlier. It can be a decision to learn one new English word today. It can be a decision to be kind to someone who looks lonely. He put his hand on Leo's shoulder. Every big, beautiful garden starts with one small seed. Every strong life starts with one small, good decision. Do not wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Do not be afraid to be a beginner. Everyone is a beginner at the start. They sat together in the quiet evening. The air was sweet with the smell of flowers. Samuel thought about his long journey, from a man who felt dead inside to a man who helped create a living, breathing garden. It did not happen fast. It happened step by step, seed by seed, day by day. He learned that discipline is love. It is loving yourself enough to do the hard work. He learned that confidence is quiet. It is knowing you can handle a storm because you have survived one before. He learned that honesty is freedom. It is being true to yourself and to others. And he learned that you never really arrive. The garden always needs care. Life always needs attention. You keep learning. You keep growing. You keep planting. So, my friend, as our story comes to a close, I want you to think about your own life. Do you have a piece of forgotten land inside you? It is never too late, never, to learn a new skill, to start a new habit, to learn English, to say hello to a stranger, to forgive yourself, to begin again. Take one small step today, just one. Read one page of an English book. Listen to this story one more time. Go for a walk. Write down one thing you are grateful for. Plant one small seed. Be patient with yourself. The growth will come. It always does. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope it touched your heart. If you felt something today, if this story gave you a little hope or a little motivation, please click the like button. It helps more people find these stories. And if you want to keep learning, keep growing, and keep feeling inspired, please subscribe to the channel. Join our community. We are all learning together. We are all growing together. Share this story with someone you love. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today. You never know what seed you might plant in their heart. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. Take a deep breath. You can do this. One small step at a time. See you in the next story. Take care, friend.